Hey folks, Kevin, your budget travel guy here. And this is one of these videos we've been talking about for a while, and the way to do this. Most people on this channel, they've seen the basic minivan build video, in which I have the 3 small crates under the bed. One for some dry food, one for some tools and bicycling stuff, and one that's basically my clothes. And it's a crate, you know, this long, this wide, just about 4 inches tall. And here's how I pack when I'm on the road. However long I'm going to be gone, and if that turns into, I think, more than a month, then I cut that off at about 30, is how many pair of socks and bloomers, underwear, that I take with me. Because socks and underwear do not take up much space. They roll up easily, and that crate will easily hold a month's worth of stuff. Of course, I'm going to have several towels mixed into that equation. What I try to do when I'm on the road is I don't want to have to go to a laundromat more than once a month. So I'm going to have a couple of sets of sheets. Again, sheets take up very, very little space balled up in there. So I don't have to stop and do laundry every few days, every week, whatever. I can just pick a day, do it all at one time, and I'm pretty much good for a month. So that's my line of thinking and what I would suggest. If you're going to be gone somewhere and maybe be gone for 2 weeks, have enough to last 2 weeks. You know, you don't want to have to stop and do laundry in the middle of that. So unless I'm out for more than 30 days, laundry is not a concern for me as far as socks and underwear and towels. Now, as far as clothes, if you're watch videos on this channel, you're a subscriber, you're going to see me in jerseys a lot. This is a personal preference for me. I like jerseys with this material, with holes. I have a bunch of these that I picked up. A lot of them I picked up just in a lot on eBay. And, you know, you can pick up 5 or 10 for, you know, the cost of going and buying one of these new. And you'll see me wear different teams, just depends on what I like. This Troy Polamalu, I really like him, even though I'm not really a Steelers fan. But it's also a good conversation piece when you're out, because people will come up and start conversations with you based on you wearing a cap, or especially you wearing a jersey. And it's a good way to meet people. But the main reason I wear these, 1, they're lightweight. 2, they roll up. You don't have to worry about wrinkles. You just roll them up. They take up very little space. The size of 2 fists put together is about the size of one of these jerseys rolled up. I'm going to be sweating, so if I'm out hiking and out walking or biking, so I want to have some air on around. And they dry quickly. Now, I don't have 30 of these with me, which means I'm going to need to wash them somewhere from time to time. And again, this is one of these things you can run into a bathroom somewhere, you know, at a campground, wherever you happen to be, and you can wash a couple of these in literally a minute. Take them, throw them up, they'll dry in 5 minutes, and you're good to go. So keep things simple. Now, you may like other kinds of clothes, and that's fine, but this, for me, works really well. The other thing, you'll see me in shorts a lot. I don't want canvas, I don't want denim, I want this nylon polyester type stuff that when it gets wet will dry in about 2 minutes time. And again, a few of them, they roll up, they take very little space as far as storage. Rolled up, I don't have to worry about wrinkles and such. They dry quick, they're quick to wash. When you're wearing them and you get wet and you're splashed with water and you're around a lake or whatever you're doing, they dry fast. They're just perfect for me. So that is what I stick with. I am not out here on the road in order to be Mr. GQ. I am not out here to win fashion awards. All right. I once owned a tuxedo, but never did I feel the need to take it on vacation with me. So in the big van, one storage compartment will hold all of my clothes, everything I need. In the minivan, that one crate will pretty much hold everything I need to last for a month on this system. I'm going to have a couple of jackets with me. I'm going to have something really light and thin that hopefully will repel water, and I'm going to have a jacket that's a little bit heavier. If I'm somewhere and the weather changes and all of a sudden it becomes 30 degrees where I'm at and I need a bigger coat, there's a thrift store somewhere that I can run in there and buy something. So I don't need to drag giant coats around the country with me all the time. Again, that's a personal preference, but I'd rather spend an extra $5 or $10 when I need to than have to deal with this constantly, day after day after day, in a limited space. What I will carry, though, is a couple of pair tops and bottoms of basically thermal underwear. You know, the stuff you can get $5 a piece new. If you're going to a really, really cold area, you know you're going to be in a cold area, then I will have one pair of big, thick, roughly $15 wool socks, the giant, thick ones. Now, they take up a little bit of space, but you can't beat them for warmth. You can be outside all day in those things. They are made for people who work outside. They are made for people who are skiing. So, $15 for wool socks. I'll put a link down in the description there over to Amazon so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. You won't regret those. You will not have cold feet, even in a cold climate, with these. I'm not big on jeans. I may have a pair with me, just if I end up somewhere going, I'm invited to something, I'm meeting people somewhere, that shorts may be kind of inappropriate. But for the most part, I hate pants. I would rather be in shorts all the time. But you know, that's my dressing up on the road. You know, I'll have a pair of jeans with me. Again, it doesn't take up a lot of space. Colder climates, one or two sweatshirts, that's enough. You know, I'm not trying to take everything I own on the road with me. And I think that's the biggest mistake that people make. The biggest mistake starting out is they think they need everything that they had or have at home in order to survive an extended period of time on the road. It's just not that way. And I guarantee you, after a first long trip, you will come back and you will dump half the stuff that you took with you, or you will have dumped it along the way because you realize that you just don't need it. That goes for kitchen utensils, that goes for tools, that goes for a lot of different things, but it especially goes for clothes. So I hope that to give you some ideals of what you may need to take. And, you know, feel free to discuss this down in the comment section, whether you think I'm right, whether you think I'm wrong. Some of you ladies may do things a little bit differently. You know, you ladies would know better than me how many bras you need to take with you on a month-long trip. Things like that. So I'm giving this to you from a guy's perspective, and I know there's a lot of ladies that watch this channel, so you know, be sure to get involved in that discussion down in the comment section and kind of share ideals with each other. And we'll see you next time.